Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Man City nil, Arsenal nil. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not buzzing with the draw. I'm absolutely over the moon. Listen, there are a couple of chances there to get a win, but this is a ground where we've been smashed up the last 8 seasons. We've not gotten a single point since 2015 there, and we've gone there and we've defended well. My prediction was 1-1 for the game. I didn't expect Man City to get 2 or 3 goals, and I was very confident in terms of people predicting Man City to get 3-4 goals. I was like, no, this time. And these days, our defense is really good. We can go there and we can shut them out, and we did exactly that. And it feels really good. I really love Arteta, man. We've gotten to a place where we're actually competing with Man City and Liverpool, and we're actually going there and Man City showing us respect and starting with Kovacic and Rodri in the middle. And, a couple part of the games, they're like, okay, I'm not going to press them too much because, they might get, Odegaard might get the ball, he might give the pass to Saka or someone. It feels really good, man. So I'm absolutely buzzing with the draw. Listen, we're not top of the table anymore, but getting a draw at Man City, that is all you need. The next 9 games now, you need to beat everyone. That's what you need to do. Next game against Luton, you need to win. You need to win against Brighton. You need to win against Aston Villa. But as long as you don't lose against Man City and Liverpool, that is absolutely okay. And remember, this season, we've played Man City twice in the Premier League. They've not scored a single goal against us this season. Our defense is really good. Out of the 2 games, how many shots has Haaland had? Basically like 0 because of Saliba and Gabriel defending very well. I went back yesterday and I watched all those games that we played against Man City over the last 8 years to see where the problem was. And there was a lot of problems, man. There was a lot of problems. De Bruyne was always free in midfield. We were giving Lokonga the task of marking De Bruyne, he couldn't. We were giving Guendouzi the task of marking De Bruyne, he couldn't. We were giving players like even Torreira, he couldn't mark De Bruyne, not at all. Now, we just put Rice and Jorginho, then you tell them, listen, you have the experience, you've played the Premier League for so many years, just mark out De Bruyne because he's the one who always gives us a problem. And they did exactly that. They didn't leave him at all. Even Kivio, he was battling with him the entire game. He was not completely great today, Kivio, but in terms of marking the likes of De Bruyne and Foden and Bernardo Silva, it's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. So you have to keep De Bruyne shut. And for Haaland, so many times their strikers have bullied us. Even when Jesus was playing for Man City, scored a couple of goals against us in the same season. Aguero always scored against us. Dzeko, all those guys usually scored against us. Now we have 2 good defenders. If Gabriel is making a mistake, Saliba is there to help him out. If Saliba makes a slight mistake, Gabriel is there to help him out. Ben White was absolutely incredible again, man. Ben White is so good. He's probably the most underrated defender in the league. If you see the way he was playing today in terms of defending and attacking both of them, he was absolutely incredible once again. Kivio did struggle for part of the game, but listen, that was always going to be a 50-50. That's why I asked you guys that question yesterday. Would you start Tomiyasu or Kivio, or what would you do? Because Kivio has been really great, but we know the likes of Foden and Bernardo Silva is a different level. But I think for 70% of the game, he did well because we aren't really exposed that much with them there. And then in midfield, we were so solid throughout the game. Attacking wise, didn't create too much, but I kind of expected it to be that way because you can't really go toe-to-toe with Man City. They're going to score. But going there and keeping a clean sheet against them, playing 2 games against Man City this season and picking up 4 points against them, picking up 4 points against Liverpool. Basically, we've not lost against Man City and Liverpool this season in the league. That's really good, man. Those teams used to thump us by 5-6 goals. So we are now second on the table. You're still ahead of Man City. But now, the rest of the games, you need to win all of them, which I don't have a problem with. I do fancy Arsenal to beat Luton. I do fancy Arsenal to beat Aston Villa. I do fancy Arsenal to beat Man United. Man City is a different level, but all the other teams, we now have to win. And going there and getting a draw and keeping them to, how many shots did they even have? Not a lot at all. So I'm happy with how we defended and all that. Attacking-wise, in a game like this against Man City, it's going to be the same when you play against Bayern Munich. You're not going to get too many chances. Maybe against Bayern, you're going to, because Bayern Munich's defense these days is not that great. But in a big game like that, you're potentially not going to get too many chances. So the 1 or 2 openings you need to at least put the shot on target. And we had a couple with Jesus, and in the second half, Saka's cross to Jesus that just missed him. Such kind of chances, you need to take at least 1 of them. But hey, we didn't concede. That's 9 games unbeaten. I'm not going to complain at all. I'm really happy with that. And this signing, once again, you can see why we needed to sign someone like Declan Rice. You do remember Manchester City wanted Declan Rice. If Man City got Declan Rice, it would have been over a long time ago. If Man City had both Rice and Rodri, it would have been over. We'd not have been competing with them. That's how important he is. Like getting Rice ahead of Man City, that was a big signing. We can now compete with those teams. We now have men who can, Gabriel. Did you see Gabriel with Haaland throughout the game? He's not getting bullied. He's telling Haaland, F off, man. You're not going to play around with me. That's the kind of mentality you want in this team. 5 years back, there's no way Bellerin would do that to Haaland. There is no way Mustafi would do that to Haaland. We'd get bullied 4-0, game is over. So I'm really excited. Let me know what you make of the game. I've put up all on YouTube. But if you're watching on a different platform, Facebook, X, and all that, what do you make of the result? Are you happy? Are you completely happy with the 1 point? Or do you feel like, okay, yes, I'm not really, I wanted a win, but I'm okay with the draw? Or do you feel like, now we wanted to win, a draw is not good enough? Let me know in the comment section. So let me take a couple of comments before I get into the match reaction. How are you? Ishola, up heads, Ghana says Fortune. I love the match, says Orisha, but it was a chess match. Blessing says they deserve a credit, good try. We need to work extra hard for us to go back on top. Bring on Luton and Brighton now, says Lee. Douglas says congratulations, Arsenal, we played well, though Gabriel Jesus was poor. Keeping a clean sheet away is awesome. Well done, Mikel Arteta. Edmund says Gabriel Magalhaes was super. Our form reduced because of Saka and Martinelli not being fit, but overall the boys did very well. So for Jesus, yes, the chances maybe put them on targets. That's the only problem I have. But in terms of, getting involved in all that, he was always getting involved. So I don't mind that. But when you get a chance against Man City, you have to put it on target. If Martinelli was 100% fit and he was starting, you see those chances we had to counter-attack with Trossard and Jesus, Martinelli would have been gone. So yeah, we definitely missed him. And I can see the table. This season, up against the other top 5 teams, we are number 1 in terms of picking up points against them, 9 points. So we beat Man City once, we beat Liverpool once, we drew with both of them, and we drew with Tottenham. We obviously lost to Aston Villa. Now we have Aston Villa at home and Tottenham away. Like, we have the best record in terms of playing against the top 5 teams. So that's great. That's really great. I thought Man City was poor, says Lee. It depends on how you look at it. For me, I'm going to look at it like this. Man City are never poor. It's just that Arsenal are really good defensively. And these days we have a team of men, and they also kind of respect us these days. That's why they're playing Kovacic and not starting with Doku and Grealish and all those guys. So I do prefer to give the credit to Arsenal. Kudos to my guys for the defense and everything. We are winning this cup this season, says Alicia. I'm going to say the same thing. I've been saying it since the first day of the season. Hopefully we're doing it, man. Like, we are playing so well. We are defending so well. Our players are back now. Tomiyasu is back. Partey is back. Martinelli is back. Saka is back. Fabio Vieira is back. Smith Rowe is back. Literally everyone is back. So it's a good time. The game was nice. Big up Arsenal. Draw so good, says Kennedy. Bright says Saka should rest because it shows that he's having some knocks, but I give credit for our defense. That guy usually gets subbed off every single game with a knock, against Luton, it's not a time to rest players, but against Luton, I wouldn't mind if Saka didn't play. Since we have Martinelli back and Trossard is there and Jesus is there, like, give Saka like 1 game off. He did have 2 weeks off during the international break, so hopefully that helped him. Saliba, man of the match, says Edwin, what a player, man. I will take the draw, says Ake. Guys have tried, but Jesus has wasted the team, says Felix. I don't think he wasted the team, but should have done better. Let's get to the match action. Let's start with the lineup that we had today. So this is the lineup that we went for against Manchester City. Ryan goal as expected. Defensively, we wanted Kivio, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White as expected as well. Midfield, we had Jorginho, Odegaard, and Rice. I'd say that is expected as well. And then up front, Saka, Havertz, expected. Jesus, we are not really sure. We're not really sure if it was going to be Martinelli or Jesus or Trossard. Any of them can play on that side. But Jesus started, which I don't have a problem with. Jesus has played well on the wings. I remember his goal against Sevilla. He was playing on the left side during that second half against Sevilla away from home. Scored a very good goal. And against Man City on the wing in the first game, he played really well. On the bench, look at that bench. That bench, all of a sudden, that bench looks, like you can actually bring off players from the bench and have an impact. Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, Partey, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Vieira, Trossard, and Nketiah. That's a good enough bench. Back in the day, we used to, not even 1 year ago, back like November or something, we had a bench of a lot of youngsters and Cedric and El Neni and Karl Hein. That bench is not like good enough. You need a bench like this to compete. Like, that's now called competing. Now we have a squad to compete with Man City. Like, they bring in Doku, who has pace, and Arteta can turn to his bench and be like, okay, Tomiyasu, you're a good one-on-one defender. go there. Now Kiva is tired, go and mark Doku out of the game. Like now we have a squad to compete with them. Like if they bring someone else, you can be like, okay, Saka is going off, Martinelli is coming on. Absolutely no problem. Like the quality is still there. So absolutely buzzing with the kind of score that you have. Let's get to the match actually. So my prediction was 1-1. I expected this game to go either 2 or 3 ways. Either okay, it could go 2 or 3 ways, but I didn't expect it to go this fast way. I didn't expect them to like come and beat us 4 or 5-0. But it is always a possibility in a football match. They can come and score 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, and it ends up being 5-0. That is the first way it could go. Like they just dominated the whole game. Number 2, it could be like the game it was at the Emirates Stadium, where we just, chess match. We attack a little bit, and then we defend a little bit, and then man still like, okay, passing it around, and then boom, halftime, not much has happened. Like by halftime, it was one shot on target for each of the teams. Like no one was really attacking. Jesus had a couple of chances. Ake had a couple, maybe Foden, but nothing too much. Second half, maybe things could change, but didn't really change a lot. That's why other fans or other teams were like, oh, this game is boring. Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to Man City to have an entertaining game. I'm sorry. We were going there to pick up a point or 3 points and get out of there. We are not going there to entertain Tottenham fans or Man United fans or Chelsea fans, as we wanted to go there and not lose, and we didn't lose. Or number 3, the game could go this way. You could go and score early, and then we just defend the whole game, and Man City have to come to us. And that's the one thing I wanted us to do. Like if we could get an early goal in that game, Man City have to attack you, and then the likes of Saka get a lot of space. But in a game like this, you saw Saka did not get a lot of the ball at all, because Vardiol, I think, did a great job on him. The likes of Diaz defended well, and all those guys. Rodri in midfield, it's not easy at all to play against those guys. So the game went to the second option, where it was a bit boring, as people would say. Not too much happening, but that is because it is a lot of this, a lot of fouls, and a lot of Jesus defending on that left side, Saka trying to defend on the right side, Saliba, Gabriel not giving Haaland any opportunities at all. And for the Man City defense as well, I heard that Man City defense that started this game, that is the first time they've played together with each other, like Akanji, Ake, Diaz, and Gvardiol. Like I was hoping maybe you'd get a chance or 2 from that, but listen, they're still a very, very good team. So the game starts. Jesus had an early shot, not really a clear-cut chance. It was like 50-50, but could have done better. At least put it on target. And then Raya had a save from Ake. And basically, how I usually come here and I break down the whole game. Literally nothing else happened in the whole entire first half, apart from the second Jesus shot, and that was it. Nothing else happened in the first half. There was a lot of fouls and all that. So we decided to play the way we played against, the way FC Porto played against us. The way FC Porto came and played against us at our place. Fouls, waste a bit of time, foul them again, another foul, then another throw-in, take so much time to take a goal kick, and then another foul, and then a lot of stoppages in the game. That's what we kind of did with Man City today. There was a lot of fouls. Actually, I think today the number of fouls that we committed, that is the most fouls we've committed in a game this whole season. We don't actually foul people that much like we did today, because we usually have a lot of possession and we don't give the other team a lot of chances for us to foul them, because we usually have the ball. But today, because Man City don't want to give them any opportunities, that's great. De Bruyne gets the ball, foul him. Haaland gets the ball, foul him. Same with Ford. Don't give them any chances to get some momentum going. And he did that pretty well. 0-0 at halftime. That's the first part of the game. You get to halftime 0-0. You can look to your bench. That is a good enough bench. You can bring people from that bench. We decided not to yet, but let's talk about the defending. Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White. The defending was incredible. I saw Haaland trying to shoot the ball, Gabriel putting his body on the line, block. Saliba, the power. Saliba and Gabriel have a lot of power, so they don't get bullied at all. It's so good to have defenders who don't get bullied, man. Guys, we have suffered, man. I remember having Miguel and Giroud in our centre back, and Senderos and Skulachi and Mustafi, and there's a time he had to play, what was his name, man? Like some terrible. There's a time, the last time 2 years ago, when he went to Man City, we went with 3 centre backs, Kolasinac, Chambers, and Holding. Why did we even think we were going to win 2 years ago? Like, why the hell did you even expect Arsenal to win those days? Like, we went with the defense of Kolasinac, Chambers, and Holding. Of course, we were never going to mark the likes of Aguero and Jesus and Gundogan and all those guys. But now I look at this team, I'm like, okay, Rice, okay, he can do the job in midfield. Odegaard, captain, he can do the job in midfield. You get the ball, Saka is there. Havertz is there. He's a man. He's used to playing against Man City. Jorginho experience. You look at the defense, you're comfortable, You're not scared like, oh my goodness, Grealish has the ball. What is Ben White going to do? Always calm. Like when Ben White is there, Rice is there, all those guys there, like I'm very, very calm. And even Kivio is not scared of getting into a battle. He was getting close to De Bruyne and, trying to get the ball away from him. And Man City are making a few mistakes. They gave us like 3 free corners or something, like from mistakes from Foden and Akanji. We could have done better with the corners. I was hoping he'd use the corner because in such a game, that's what you need to use, like a corner. If you get a chance to score from a corner or free kick, you need to use it. Second half, 65th minute, we decided to bring in Partey and Tomiyasu for Jorginho and Kivio. That's after they brought in Doku. So it's a reactive sub, but I don't have a problem with that. So that means we have a squad. If they bring in Doku, we have someone else to bring from the bench in Tomiyasu. And when Timber recovers as well, we could actually find ourselves in a situation where we are playing against Sane and Gnabry, or let's say we get to the semi-final and you're playing against Vinicius and Rodrigo or something. In the first half, you can tell Ben White and Kivio mark those guys. Gets to the 60th minute, if Ben White has a yellow card, you can bring in Timber. On that other side, you can bring in Tomiyasu. Like, we actually have a squad. No one has to play like 90 minutes completely now, apart from maybe the likes of Odegaard, but defensively, you can rotate here and there. Apart from Saliba and Gabriel who have to play, things are looking good. Now, Partey and Tomiyasu, the only worry I had was these guys have not played for a long time. Like, what if, they're not really ready to run with De Bruyne and Doku? And you could see the first like 3-4 minutes, I felt like Partey was taking too much time on the ball. Tomiyasu as well, he gave them a free corner, like a stupid error. He thought he should have cleared it for a throw-in instead of a corner. You could see they're like a bit not 100%. But from that point on, the last 20 minutes, I think Tomiyasu and Partey became the Tomiyasu and Partey that we knew. They defended well. Partey was, making those turns in midfield and pushing us forward. I absolutely love that. Jesus picked up a yellow card. That's the other thing I don't like. I don't like when players pick up a yellow card for throwing hands to the referee and all that. But he got subbed off immediately. Trossard came on. Martinelli also came on for Saka. Hopefully it's not an injury. If it is a knock or anything like that, don't play him against Luton. Just save him for the Brighton game and the Bayern Munich game. And Raya also picked up a yellow card, and Trossard had a chance to score from a counter-attack in the 85th minute. I really wish it was Martinelli on that side. Like, Trossard is a very good player, but in terms of those counters, like when someone is running with the ball, you want Martinelli in those situations. And this is the second time. Remember against Brentford, there's a couple of times Ramsdale threw the ball to Trossard like a quick counter, but Trossard did not have the pace. And today as well, like if you have Martinelli in those situations, that is a goal. And also, Trossard should have passed that ball to Martinelli. Martinelli was free on the right side. He took too much time on it. But that's the only negative I have with that. The rest of the game, really, we defended well. We went toe-to-toe. We won our duels. We kept De Bruyne quiet. We kept Haaland quiet, kept Foden quiet. He got subbed off in the 60th minute. I cannot complain, man. We went toe-to-toe with Man City. We just need to win the next 9 games. That is all we need to do. We need to win our 9 games. It's going to be, each game is a final. We're playing against Luton, against Brighton, against Aston Villa, Wolves, Tottenham. All these teams are not easy. You're going to battle. None of them is Man City, but none of them is easy. You're going to battle every single game. You're going to need to battle every single game. And you start to feel like, listen, if you can compete with Man City like this, you start to feel like, okay, if we can draw with Man City and, beat them at our place, are you telling me we can't beat Wolves, You can start thinking, okay, if you can mark out Haaland, surely you can also try and mark up Son when you play against Tottenham, right? Like you start getting more confidence. And remember, this also might end up being not the last time that we're playing against Man City this season. If we beat Bayern and they beat Real Madrid, we could end up facing them twice again in the Champions League. So it's good to know that you can actually defend against them and you can, come to a place, win 1-0, go to their place and defend. That is also a possibility. So I'm really, really happy with how the game went. Didn't give them too many chances to score anything like that. And we were professional. That's the other thing. Today, we were professional. 5 years ago, Arsenal would never be professional in such a game. 60 minutes gone. What did Arteta do? Listen, it's a draw. It's 0-0. We are not losing. We can win, yeah, but you don't have to go forward. Everyone goes forward and then you lose. No, bring in Partey, bring in Tomiyasu, be solid fast. If you get an opportunity on the other side, great. Happy Easter, let's go and score. That is fine. But if we don't get a chance, we don't have to score. Just keep them out. If they don't score, you can't lose the game. If they don't score, you can't lose the game. You can pick up a draw, which is absolutely fine. So I am okay with the draw, and we don't have to wait too long before we play our next game on Wednesday. We are playing against Luton. We can now go and score our goals. Those 3, 4, 5 goals we like scoring, we can now go and score those goals. And hopefully, Liverpool and Man City drop points somewhere. Liverpool next week have Man United. Come on, Man United. This is the first time and the last time I'm ever supporting you. Beat Liverpool for us, please. And whenever Man City and Liverpool can drop points, that's great, as long as we win all our games. But I'm really happy that we can be professional and we can compete with these teams, man. There is no, even last season, we went to the place and they smashed us by 4 goals. It was so easy. De Bruyne had scored within the first 7 minutes and it was game over. Now you can tell, now we have men in the team. We know when to press. We know when to get compact. We know Ben White knows when to go forward, when to come back. Odegaard knows when to press, when to take. He did make a couple of mistakes in terms of passing. He had a couple of opportunities to, put through balls in. But apart from that, the rest of the game, you can tell, those are the kind of players you need in your team when you're competing for a title. So really happy. Before I come to the players, let me see what you guys are saying. Laughter says Martinelli needed to play 30 minutes, 40 minutes, but it took so long to sub Saka and Jesus. I don't know. I'm thinking Martinelli wasn't 100%. That is the only reason, because I was also thinking the same. If you bring in Martinelli 60th minute, that would be great. But I'm sure would have loved to do that as well. But maybe it's not 100%. That's the only thing we can say. For Jesus, yeah. But he subbed him off immediately after he got the yellow card. Maybe at that time he should have brought in Martinelli instead of Trossard. But as I said, maybe it's not 100%. Ashla from Uganda says Orishaba. Steven says overall he did well regardless of the position. That's part of Arsenal's game plan. Man City are actually the only team that can compete with us in terms of possession. Man City are the only team that can have 80% possession they're playing against us. All the other games, I don't think there's any team that can have more possession against us, which I don't mind. It's their place. It's Etihad. Just go there and don't concede a goal. We've really tried today, says Raymond, not the best, but well done. I mean, if Raymond is saying this is not our best, then we're in a very good place. If going to Man City and drawing is not our best, then we are going to be in a very, very good position in the next few years. This season, next, and in the next few years. If you can get better than that, then we're in a very good place. In the Champions League, you'll need to defend like that against Bayern Munich in both games. So, and I'd be confident of Arsenal scoring against Bayern Munich. The way I see Bayern Munich these days, conceding 2-3 goals every game, we can score a goal against Bayern Munich. We are happy. Didn't expect this better. We have collected 1 point, says Gibson. Man City not scoring a single goal in their bucket simply means this Arsenal team are no longer pushovers in the Premier League. Yes, Musa, that's what excites me the most. We don't just concede a goal. You can keep a clean sheet away at Man City. That's great, man. My team, Arsenal for life, says Jonathan. Odegaard was fantastic in the second half, says Bright. I believe today Martinelli was a massive miss. I agree, says Alicia. I think that he makes the difference in Arsenal being able to spring the attack. There's a reason why Man City sold Jesus. He has to be on the market somewhere. We go for a clinical attacker, says just. I still don't agree with that. I feel like he still gives us a lot in the rest of the team. Maybe not as a striker, but he can play a lot of different positions. But I feel in terms of everything else, he's still a very good player. I'll do this, Kuto. I'll tell you to go and watch Arsenal's first 5 Champions League games of this season, and then you'll know how important Jesus is, because he was our best player for 5 Champions League games in a row. Go and check. That's why I don't want him to be sold. He has games like that. Maybe it's not the most clinical, but that is why we are looking for a striker to help out with Jesus. Jesus would not be the first guy I sell this season, not at all. But I know some people want him to be sold, but I don't agree with that. Zolisani says, if you can't win, don't lose. Exactly. Exactly what the boys need to do. Man City has not beaten us this season and preseason. Yep. Gabriel Magalhaes should have been awarded man of the match. He's very good. Busai is a very good player, man. We did that. We did what we actually wanted at Etihad Stadium. Fantastic job done by the player, says Ibe. It's an improvement from last season for sure. We went there and conceded 4 goals. This time we've gone there with a game plan and we defended well for 90 minutes. That time we are in trajectory of recovery from building Emirates Stadium, says Steven. You're right. But it was a tough time, man. We still had a very good team, Fabregas was very good. Walcott was very good most of the days. Arshavin was good. Rosicki was good. Van Persie was good, all those guys. But defensively, we were so bad defensively. We had Almunia, and defensively, Giroud, Senderos, Clichy. Clichy was good, but at the end, not that great. Gibbs came in as well. Fabianski came in. It wasn't great. And then 5 years later, we still had the same problem. We had Alexis Sanchez, Ozil, but we still didn't have good enough defenders. And if you go back 4 years ago, we now started having good defenders. At the time, we had Vermaelen and Koscielny, Matsaka. We had good defenders, but we didn't have attackers. Now, we have a balanced squad. That is what we have. We've not had a balanced squad in a long time. We have a good goalkeeper, good defense, a good midfield, a good forward line. That's great. With all that said, remember, with all that Arsenal missed chances and all that, remember Arsenal have scored the most goals in the Premier League out of all the teams. So we are doing something right in terms of scoring goals as well. Job well done, but you needed a point. We got the point, so that's okay. Arsenal players in attack gave me joy today. Let me tell you, see the last 20 minutes, I was so nervous. I was like, oh, God, please, man. We've defended for 75 minutes. Let's not do something stupid right now. And every time the ball came into the box to Haaland, I was like, please, man, just keep him on. Don't let them score in the 90th minute or something stupid like that. But we kept concentration until the final minute, which is great. A good game by Arsenal, but Saka should have been subbed earlier. Jesus needed to be more serious. I do agree with that. Jesus needs to do more, says but I also agree with that. My team has grown, says Anu. I love the way Saliba and Gabriel bullied Haaland. I'm still smiling. Remember, Anu, not one game, 2 games. Home and away, I don't think Haaland has had a shot on target. So we are definitely doing something right. This title may be defined by goal difference. Exactly, coach. So goal difference could be the difference. So let's go to the player ratings. Let me see what I'll give these guys out of 10. So here we have it. So Man City nil, Arsenal nil player ratings. We went to Man City. We got the points that we needed. A win would have been great, but who is complaining about a draw? I don't think many people complain about a draw, considering Etihad is a place where you usually go and lose 5 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals. I'm not going to complain about the clean sheet. So let's see. And it's also, on top of that, it's not easy to keep a clean sheet against Man City. Remember that. So let's do the player ratings. David Dreyer. There's only a couple of times I felt like he was taking a bit too much time on the ball and he was scaring me a little bit. But in terms of handling the crosses and all that, I think he did really well. That's what you need to do. When Man City is getting corners and free kicks and all that, and they're putting in crosses, you need a goalkeeper to come and collect the ball and, waste a bit of time. He got a yellow card for it, but he was taking away all the pressure from us, and I really love that. And I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. A clean sheet away at Man City is not easy to do. 8 out of 10 for him. Next up, Kivio, left back. It's so hard. It's so hard to rate them. Rate Kivio, sorry, but I know the first. The first, like, how many minutes? Like the first 30 minutes, he was kind of struggling. Bernardo Silva was getting the better of him. Even I think Foden was going to that side and getting a little bit better of him and all that. But overall, remember, he's still part of the team that kept a clean sheet, and he did his job for most of the game. He wasn't exposed. There's some games where back in the day we'd play and Belarus. Now we don't get exposed. If Kivio is making a mistake, there's someone there to help him, and they know how to communicate. In a game like this, you need to communicate. In terms of tackles, he made 1 tackle, 1 blocked shot. He only committed 1 foul, so that is great as well. So for Kivio, part of the team that kept a clean sheet, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. The other fullback, Ben White, the thing with Ben White, in these games, even like against Brentford, where you're kind of struggling to get a winner, he defends well, and then he goes forward and tries to help us score a goal as well. These days he attacks very, very well as well, Ben White. And he kept, even when Grealish came on, I didn't really see much of Grealish. Ben White is always there, going forward well. He created a couple of chances. Those chances from Jesus, the ones that we were saying he missed, a couple of them, both of them are from, I think, Ben White's crosses, him going forward and helping out the team and all that. And Ben White is very underrated. Like, I'm happy if he plays for England, well done. But if he doesn't play for England, it means he always gets to rest 2 more weeks for us and he's fresh for Arsenal. I'll not complain. So Ben White, I am going to give him 8 out of 10. He also kept a clean sheet, part of the team that kept a clean sheet. 8 out of 10 for Ben White. I absolutely love him. In terms of stats, he had 1 blocked shot. We made 1 tackle. He won 50% of his duels as well. He put in 3 crosses. 2 of them were accurate. I'm not going to complain at all. Centre backs. Oh, we are so blessed to have these guys, man. Saliba and Gabriel. You know, there's a time 2 years ago, I actually thought Saliba would never play for Arsenal because I felt like they were not getting along with Arteta. And there's a time we were trying to debate who should we start, Gabriel or Pablo Mari. People are saying, you know, Pablo Mari is better than Gabriel. Gabriel is not good enough. Put him on the bench. Man, the kind of improvement Gabriel especially has made is incredible. 2 years ago, I think Gabriel was sent off against Man City, if I'm not wrong. He was very rash. He would like make stupid tackles, you know, get into unnecessary positions, get on goals here and there, give away penalties. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of times. Gabriel over the last 2 years, not necessarily in the season, but the previous 2 years since he joined us in 2020. These days, I love that energy that Gabriel brings to the team. Did you see him like, you know, trying to fight Haaland and tell him, listen, don't mess around with this Arsenal team. That is what we want to see. Men at the back. He doesn't agree to get bullied, doesn't just sit down and, you know, get bullied all over the place. No, not at all. And all the headers he put in, there's one block I think he put in from Rodri or someone. That shot was going in. Kept a clean sheet. Haaland, 2 games, no shots at all. 9 out of 10 for Gabriel. Let me take a look at his stats as well. Gabriel before SofaScore is giving him a 6. You're giving Gabriel a 6 out of 10. Listen, I always rewatch the game. I'm going to rewatch the game again. Maybe he did give away the ball a couple of times. Let me look at his stats. But for me, I'm going to give him a 9. If SofaScore want to give him a 6, that's you. I'm going to give him a 9. He had 1 interception, 1 tackle, 4 clearances. He lost 3 of his duels. Okay, I see why they gave him that low. I mean, it depends. That's why you say eye test and stats are very, very different, because all of us who've watched that game, we feel like Gabriel and Saliba have played really well to mark out Haaland. But if you look at the stats, you'll think Gabriel was the worst player on the pitch because he won 1 out of 7 aerial duels, which means he lost like 6 of them, which is not great. Haaland is big and all that, as you can see on screen. They are really competing for the aerial ball. But listen, this is what I watched. I'm giving my ratings according to what I watched. So I'm going to give Gabriel a 9 out of 10. William Saliba, I'm going to give him the same. If Sofa's going to give him a 6 as well, that is up to them. I'm going to give Saliba a 9 out of 10 as well. Defensively, kept a clean sheet against Man City, did not get exposed. Another thing I love about these 2 players, whenever Man City try to like go in behind us, these players have pace. You cannot outrun Gabriel and Saliba. They always communicate. You can always see them talking all the time, communicating. Saliba is communicating with Ben White. Gabriel is communicating with Kivio. They're communicating with each other as well. And they kept Haaland quiet for 2 games. I'm not going to complain at all. Gabriel was really good. Saliba was really good. Maybe they did make a few mistakes here and there, but hey, we didn't get punished. Why? Because the communication was there and they did everything else. Saliba made 5 clearances, 3 tackles, 1 blocked shot. I'm not going to complain at all. I'm going to give both of them a 9 out of 10. So yeah, let me know. Do you feel like that is too high? Maybe I'm giving them too high. Maybe some of you give them 8. But Raya 8, Gabriel 9, Saliba 9, Kivio 7, White 8. Jorginho is next up. I do not want Jorginho to go anywhere at all. Like these big games, all of a sudden, Jorginho has become one of our most important players where you can have him there. He allows Rice to go forward a little bit. And the way today we kind of had a double pivot to Jorginho and Rice, and he's very comfortable. You can tell he's not fazed by this kind of games. He's won the Champions League, he's won the Euros before. He's very comfortable in such kind of games. Jorginho doesn't get exposed. You know, there's a time he kept on saying Jorginho, you know, he's slow, he's going to get outrun by players like that. And he had 3 long. He completed 3 long passes, accurate 100%. Didn't get involved in any aerial duels and all that, but I think in terms of overall performance, I don't have a problem with Jorginho at all today. I'm going to give him, I think 7 out of 10 is fair for Jorginho. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. When was he subbed off? 65th minute. I think 7 out of 10 is totally fine. Declan Rice today didn't get forward a lot, understandable. He usually gets forward a lot for us. That's why he's been scoring and assisting every single game. But today he knew like I have to like watch out for I need to watch out for De Bruyne in the midfield, not give him any chances. He won 50% of his duels, and he was always 3 tackles and all that. He was always involved in the play. Like the one thing I love about Rice is the way he carries the ball. You see, I think it was like the 91st or 92nd minute, where we were screaming, clear the ball, and just took the ball and he ran with it like past 4 players and then cleared it to, I think it was Martinelli. That composure from Declan Rice, that is what we need. The only thing I did not love about Declan Rice today, the corner kicks. Yeah, he had like 3 or 4 corner kicks to take, and I think 2 of them hit the first man. In a game like this, when you get a corner kick or a free kick, you need to take advantage. And I think the corner kicks today, I think it took like 3 of them. I don't think they were great. So that's going to take 1 mark off his 1 mark off his total. But overall, still is one of the reasons why we can now compete with Man City. By the way, if Rice is not there, we potentially don't get anything from that game. 8 out of 10 for Declan Rice. Odegaard. As someone saying, second half, I think he was definitely better. He was creating the pass to Trossard was really good. Like that pass, really good. Like, and he has that potential of just opening up something from nowhere where we're struggling. And it both chances that we had in the second half, it came from Odegaard. I think Odegaard pressed and then passed the ball to Saka, and then Saka crossed the ball. He just passed Jesus a little bit, and then the pass to Trossard, that one-on-one chance, it was from Odegaard. So in terms of that, Odegaard is really, really good. But there's a couple of times he gave away the balls too easily. I don't know what he was trying. There's a time he was trying to pass the ball to, I think it was Trossard, and literally just gave the ball to the Man City defender. Not great, but I love his pressing. I love his energy. I love his leadership. His through balls and all that. He always gets... that is a player that I'm really hoping he stays at Arsenal for like 10 more years. Like, he's really, really good. He got involved in 17 duels. That is crazy. He made 4 tackles as well. So in terms of defensive work, he's also coming back and doing defensive work, which you love to see, man. Defense starts from the front. We have 4 defenders in terms of the shot number and in terms of the positioning, but in the game you have 11 defenders. You need Odegaard to defend, you need Jesus to defend from the front, you need Saka to defend, because if you let Gvardiol pass Saka, he's going to overlap and he's going to get a chance to assist the goal. So it's going to be part of the goal. You need to defend from the front, and I think Odegaard is one of the players who does that. He created 2 chances. If I was giving halves, I would have given him a 7.5. So 7 or 8. 7 or 8. Because we weren't like completely great attacking wise, but the 2-3 chances we created, a couple of them came from Odegaard. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10, but there's a part of me that feels it's maybe too high. I'm thinking 7, but because he did create those chances in the second half, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Maybe too high. I would have given him a 7.5. Forward players. Let's start with Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka. You could tell, like, these days, like, we have to find a way, like, to, you know, when Saka is marked out of the game, we need to find a different way, because in a game like that, like Gvardiol, Diaz, like they were marking him, even 2-3 players. Saka gets the ball, he gets knocked down immediately. Like, we need to find a different way. Like, if Saka is tired, and someone said Saka still looks tired, he gets knocked every single game. In terms of chances, he did create a chance in the second half that Jesus slightly missed, like it would have been an assist for him. He also got involved in 15 duels, 4 tackles as well. Those are the numbers I always look at as well. Yes, I can look at the attacking, how many crosses have you made? I can look at how many shots did you take, how many key passes did you make and all that. But I also look at how many times you came and defended and took the ball away from the Man City player and all that, and won us fouls to take a bit of pressure away. And they also got involved in a lot of duels, just like Odegaard. Saka, not his best game, not at all. But defensive contribution is going to add to his mark. So I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Jesus. Listen, you know, sometimes I was just looking at him like, okay, listen, we know you're Brazilian. We know you're so good in dribbling, but please just shoot the ball. You're dribbling too much. There's one time like oh my goodness, left, right, shoot, left again, right. Listen, he's very good. The way he dribbles, like you can't take the ball away from him. Like he was passing those players like they are not there. And like left, right. He's very good, but you need to take the chance and you need to at least put the shot on target. That is what I want to see, Jesus. I want you to shoot the ball on target. He had 2 chances. He put them both off target. I mean, one of them was a half chance, not like a clear-cut chance, or just like a half chance. But the third one, maybe gamble more from that Saka cross. Maybe they've gotten at the end of that cross. The rest of the game, First of all, the yellow card I didn't like. Don't get yellow card for shouting at the referee. I don't like that. Did he create any chances really? Defensively, I think he did okay. So he making a couple of tackles and he took the ball away from the Man City players a couple of times. I don't want to give anyone a 6. I think 6 is too low because I feel like they all defended very well. But yeah, attacking wise, if I was just rating Jesus as an attacker today, I'd have given him a 5. But because he had a couple of defensive contributions and all that, and his dribbling is good, but shoot the ball quickly next time, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. But that's because I don't really want to give anyone a 6. I feel like all of them did incredible work defensively. Not the best game though, not his best game. So 7 out of 10. Could have been a 6.5. 7 out of 10 though. Havertz. He didn't really get any. Okay, listen, I actually just remembered. So I was just about to talk about Havertz and the chance that he had. I just remembered that there's a chance that Havertz had, like a slight chance where he collided with the goalkeeper. It was from a good touch from Jesus, and a good pass from Jesus could easily have been a one-on-one chance for Havertz. Listen, the thing that I want from Arsenal players, if you don't score assists, that's not what you need to do. Yes, you can do that, but you don't have to. And if you don't get any chances to do that, just get involved in the play. Just get involved in duels, clear the ball, and all that. And for someone like Havertz, I can't lie to you. I saw him the time Man City had their corners. I think I saw Havertz clearing like 4 or 5 of those corners, and I'm happy to see something like that. Come back and help the defense. He did that a lot. In terms of ground duels, I think he lost a few of them against Diaz and Akanji and all that. But let me just confirm that his numbers accurately. Havertz, 6 out of 11 aerial duels. That is great. Competing aerially, that is great. He also cleared the ball for us 3 times. Ground duels, he lost too many of them. Didn't really get involved a lot in the final third in terms of trying to assist or creating chances and all that. We didn't have a lot of the ball, but again, I'm rewarding these players because of their defensive work, not really their attacking work today. And after we've drawn with Man City 0-0 at their place, it's very hard to start saying Saka 4, Havertz 3, Jesus 1. No, I think they defended really well, and we did create a few openings. Just should have done it better, but Havertz wasn't involved in that. Defensively, okay, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 as well. Let me know, would you give these guys less? Jesus, Saka, and Havertz, I've given all 3 of them a 7, mostly for their defensive work in the game. I've given Odegaard an 8, I've given Rice an 8, and Jorginho a 7. Hopefully that is fair enough. Players from the bench. Partey was the first one to come on. First of all, I am really happy to see Partey back in the team. Hopefully it does help us between now and the end of the season. After he came on, I think he did great. For the 25 minutes that he was on. I'm going to give Partey a 7 out of 10. Took away the pressure from us most of the times when he got the ball. That is what you need to see. Don't make any silly errors in midfield. And you can tell his confidence on the ball is there. Like when he gets the ball, he's not scared to go past a couple of players and all that. So 7 out of 10 for him. Trossard, again, defensively very good. He was winning tackles and all that in the final in our final third, but the chance. Yeah, I think he should have passed the ball to Martinelli or been a little bit quicker. 6 or 10, it's so hard. These player ratings are really struggled with like 2-3 players, Jesus, Havertz, and also Trossard. But I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 as well. I'd understand if you gave him a 6. Martinelli also came on. Martinelli came on for Saka. He wasn't involved too much, but that's because we were doing a lot of defensive work the last 50 minutes. So I'm going to give Martinelli a 6 out of 10. Hopefully that is fair enough for the 15 minutes he was on. Tomiyasu also came on. No, Tomiyasu did well. Apart from the time he gave away a silly corner when he should have cleared the ball the other side, I think he did well against Doku. Doku was forced to shoot on his left foot off target and all that. So I'm going to give Tomiyasu 7 out of 10 as well. Mikel, those are all the subs, right? Mikel Arteta. Listen, that's the first time we've gone to Man City and taken a point since 2015. We defended really, really well. Subs, maybe you can argue maybe Martinelli, if he was 100% fit, should have been brought in earlier. I would agree with that. I was happy when Doku came on and then he brought in Tomiyasu right away. He didn't wait for us to concede a goal and then sort out the problem. He sorted out the problem that was not even yet a problem. He sorted it out. So a clean sheet at Man City. We haven't lost to Man City this season, 3 games. We are now competing with Man City. We are now competing with Liverpool. We've built a very good squad. Like, things are looking really good. Attacking wise, it didn't do a lot, but in terms of just keeping them out and shutting them out and defending well and set pieces, all the corners that Man City got, we cleared them out and all that. I'm going to give Arteta an 8 out of 10 for today. Happy with the draw. If it was a win, obviously 10 out of 10. I was tempted to give him a 9 out of 10, but defensive work and the way he set up the team and the way we were compact, we didn't allow De Bruyne too many times to cross the ball, didn't allow Haaland any space. 8 out of 10 from Killaert, and I wouldn't understand if we gave him a 9 out of 10. So those are the player ratings. Man of the match, I'm actually going to put a poll for sure, because today I'm not 100% sure who the man of the match was. Let me know, who would you give the man of the match? Potentially maybe Gabriel, Saliba, White, maybe Rice, maybe. Or maybe some of you'd even say Partey or Tomiyasu from the bench. I don't know. Let me know who was the man of the match. Thank you for the super chat, RK. She says, thanks for the live stream. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Thank you. They keep showing our games. Luton next, then Brighton, then Aston Villa, then Wolves, Chelsea, Tottenham. That's not easy, but I'm confident. We beat Luton already this season. We've beaten Brighton. Aston Villa beat us. We beat Wolves. We drew with Chelsea. We drew with Tottenham, we beat Bournemouth, we beat Man United, we beat Everton. So if you do the same and don't lose to any of them, hopefully. Gabriel for me says Prince. Christfield says we have come of age now. We don't fear anyone anymore. Exactly that. Every time we played Man City, I used to be like, oh my goodness, Man City. Today, I was very relaxed. I was like, yeah, we're playing Man City. Yeah, it's okay. Obviously, the time it gets to like 10 minutes before the game, and then you see Etihad, and then you start seeing Haaland you start getting a little bit wide. But apart from that, you're not scared at all. The boss game plan worked for Leandro Trossard's selfishness, not passing the ball to Martinelli to finish off the goal. Martinelli came in to win the game, and we were poised to doing it, and Trossard sent in that through pass after captain. Fantastic. Yeah, you're right. Maybe if you would have passed that ball, it would have been nice grab, man. Smashing grab. And good job done, Ghana, says Solomon. Say, Glenn, I'll give all my players 10 out of 10, says Anu. Fair enough. I mean, we got the job done. We competed. Remember, Man City have won like 5 trophies the last 1 year, so we are competing with the best team in the world. We should have scored if Trossard should have passed the ball to Martinelli, says Amadu. Yeah. Saliba 8, Gabriel 9, says Prince. Mabzella says, good tactic, Mr. Arteta. Your father Pep was crapping the head and shaking his head, which means he regrets to pick you as the assistant manager. Magales was Greystone, keep it up. The atmosphere was very good. 9 out of 10 for the pair. Interesting. Good work, Ghana, says Joseph. For me, the team played well, says Jonathan. Gilbert says Haaland was indeed caged 100%. Arsenal defense deserves good points, says Prince. See, so a lot of you, I'm proud of you, the Gunners. Arsenal, says Mary. Mary, Christway, and all you guys as well. I always see in every single comment, so I appreciate always watching. Well done, Ghana, says Jabir. Philip says we may win the league if we don't lose any of the remaining games. If we don't win any of the remaining games, we potentially win the league. But the thing is, out of the 9 games remaining, you have to win like 8 of them. So you have to, first of all, the home games, there's no drawing. You have to win all of them. So Luton, Bournemouth, Everton, which other team do we have at home? Aston Villa. You have to win all of those, first of all. No draw, nothing. 3-0, 4-0, you have to win all of those games. Then away from home, I watched Brighton today. They're a very good team against Liverpool and all that, but you have to go there and still win. You have to go to Wolves and win. I know Wolves have beaten all these teams this season, Man City, Tottenham, and all those guys, but you have to go in there and win. Then I think you can afford to draw somewhere, maybe 1 or 2 games. But you have to just imagine that Man City are going to win every single game, so you have to win all of the games. We have a good goal difference, so maybe we can afford to draw somewhere. So if we are drawing somewhere, even Chelsea, we have them at home. We need to win that one as well. If it's Tottenham away or something like that, if we draw, no problem. I think you're only allowed like maybe 2 draw. I don't think you're allowed to lose. Either you win 8 games and lose 1, or you win 7 and you draw 2. So you're basically given like one game in terms of error. And that is because we have a very good goal difference. We've helped ourselves. So if we end up on the same points with Man City or someone, our goal difference is better. But we afforded like maybe 1 or 2 draws at most. And that is hoping that Liverpool are also playing Tottenham. They're also playing Man United. Man City are playing Aston Villa as well. They're playing... They don't have too many tough games, but now I think they're playing Tottenham as well, Man City. We really have to hope that Man United and Tottenham help us. Those teams that we hate, they have to help us this season. Good work from the boys, proud to be an Arsenal fan. Up the Gunner says Namani. So I want to take a look at the table before I end it. Let's take a look at the table and see where we are. So Liverpool are playing on Thursday. We are playing on Wednesday. Man City are playing on Wednesday. So we are playing against Luton. That should be a win. Liverpool are playing against Sheffield. You expect them to win that, and Man City are playing at home to Aston Villa. So let's take a look at the table. Let's take a look at the Premier League table and see where we are. Thank you guys for watching by there. Appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoy all the daily content. And if you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter. Let's see. Table. So yeah, we're not top of the table anymore, but I don't mind at all because this is a draw against Man City. So Liverpool are now 2 points ahead of us. So we definitely need them to sleep somewhere. Our goal difference is still better. We have the best in terms of scoring goals and not conceding. Actually, let me put it on that screen. So 65 points. Man City have 64. You really need to keep winning, man. You really need to keep winning. That's what you need to do. You can draw a couple, but I don't think you're even allowed to lose right now. Because I'm imagining if Liverpool win and then you draw a game or lose, Liverpool all of a sudden 5 points ahead of you. So it can't get to that. The most Liverpool should be ahead is 2 points. So we need to do our job against Luton first and do our job against Brighton. Next weekend, Man United are playing against Liverpool. So we hope that Liverpool draw there or something. Man City are playing against Aston Villa. Man City have now drawn 2 games in a row against both Liverpool and Arsenal. How many games? 9 games remaining. That's 27 points. If you win all of them, you get to 92. I don't think we are going to win all of them, but I really do think around 89 points. I think if you get to 88 or 89, you could win the title. I think if you get to 88 or 89, you win the title. So that means you have to win at least 7 games, right? 7 is 21 points. We go to 86. Actually, no, you need to win like 8 of those games. Yeah, listen, let's just say this. Out of the 9 games remaining, we have to win at least 8 to be safe. So 8. We can only draw somewhere once. So make sure the draw is not against like Luton at home or Chelsea at home, anything like that. If you go to Tottenham or Man United, and even Man United right now, we need to win. So the only place I can say a draw wouldn't be that bad, I'd say maybe Tottenham away or something. But listen, those teams, we beat them all last season. Let's go out there and do the job. Why not? Why not? Pat is back. Tomiyasu is back. All those guys are back. Why can't we go to Tottenham and win? Why can't we play against Aston Villa and win? Remember the first time why we didn't beat Aston Villa? Because we missed a lot of chances. So if we correct that, which we have recently, that's great. I believe in these boys. I believe in all these guys. We can get the job done. We have a good defense. So at least we know that Man United and Tottenham and all these guys, we know that we can keep clean sheet against these teams. So most of those games, I'd say if we get 2 goals in a game, we've won the game, because I expect us not to concede more than 1 goal in a game because of the difference that we have. So it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting. But listen, we unbeaten this year. We've not lost a game. Things are looking good. We've just picked up not 3 points, I wish. But 1 point against Man City feels like a win. Let me see what you guys voted in the poll. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, make sure to check YouTube in the next 5 minutes to see the poll. And let me know who your man of the match was. I'll put a poll. So let me see what you guys have voted for in the poll that was in the chat. Happy Easter, says Namani. Happy Easter to you too. Gunners for life, says Thomas. Moffat says we played so well today, but our number 9 wasn't good enough. Congratulations, boys. So I asked thoughts on today's result. Are you happy with the 1 point, or Are you just okay with the draw? How do you feel, or do you want to win? So 50% have said they wanted a win, but a draw isn't that bad. 33% said I'm super happy with the point, and 17% said they wanted a win. So fair enough, fair enough. We are winning the EPL, don't worry, says Jonathan. I said that from the first day, and I'm not going to change my mind. I really hope this is our season. I believe this is our season. And let's see, we can dream. We can dream. We can dream. Why not? 2 trophies? Imagine that. That would be crazy. But listen, we can now compete with Man City. We know we can compete with Liverpool. I feel like if you can compete with Man City, you can compete with everyone else. Liverpool, Bayern Munich, all those other guys. So I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We'll break this down more tomorrow, as always. Sure, people, there's still a bank holiday tomorrow, right? So enjoy the rest of your Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. Thank you for watching. If you're not celebrating, enjoy. Take care of yourself as well. Thank you for watching. I'll catch up with you on the next one.